R influenced I. Here we're looking at the vowel I when it's followed by an R. It's going to make two different sounds. It says like in girl, and that's just spelled I-R, usually with a consonant or something after, with a consonant after it. Then you have ire, I-R-E. So if you see that E after the R, it becomes ire, fire, fire, ire. Ire is made again, so you have the same sound in two spellings, like in the word dryer. So the dryer that you put your clothes into, your laundry, dryer, D-R-I-E-R. Let's look at some IR or words. You have girl, first, dirt, third. Look at how these all tend to have a consonant following that R. It's important to remember. Bird, birth, shirt, fur, whirl. Whirl's like a spinning type motion. You might whirl something around. Swirl is kind of the same thing. I might say, oh, I'm going to draw a little swirl here. Thirst, chirp, skirt, and twirl. Key thing to remember with these whirl, twirl, and swirl, they kind of are difficult to pronounce. Remember, they have the L at the end and the W in the beginning. Combined with that IR can make it tricky. Whirl, swirl, twirl. They all mean similar things. So now let's talk about fur and fur. These two words sound exactly the same. They're spelled different, so they're homophones. Fur is oddball because it obviously doesn't have the IR that makes the same sound. Now, this fir refers to like a tree, an evergreen type of pine tree you might buy as a Christmas tree or something. This fur refers to like an animal's coat, that type of fur. So they have different meanings, and that's why they're spelled differently. Ire. We have fire, wire, tire, and hire. They all rhyme because they're short four-letter words, just a different consonant in the beginning. Fire, wire, tire, hire. And you hear that ire sound. These ones are a little bit trickier because they're words that you may not always hear, and so it's difficult to understand the meaning. We're going to treat them all as nouns. So we have dryer. That's the machine that you use to dry your clothing. You have pliers. Those are the little tools you use to like pull and grip things or ply things apart. Flyer. A flyer and crier, I also treat these almost as synonyms, kind of. A flyer would be something you might hand out to people to give them information. You might create like a little brochure or a flyer. And then a crier is something that cries out news to people. They call it the town crier. Sometimes it was a person who would just yell out the news in the old days, but now it's more so considered like a newspaper. And even now it probably is more so like a website or something, but the crier would be like a newspaper or some way to get the news and shout it out to everybody.